Hi there, champions. I wanted to talk to you about the next step in your building your own self as a champion. Number one was take good care of yourself. Number two is create a junk journal. Now, I like my journal. It's nice, it feels good, it's leather, and it's got these awesome pages. So pick a journal for yourself, something that you like to hold on to. There's something about writing things down that it just has a different effect mentally, even subconsciously on you. So what the instruction is, junk means junk. So what kind of junk do you have in your life? Do you have some? Because that's that stinking thinking. That's those things that worry you. That's that what I call a WTF cycle in your brain, where it just goes round and round and keeps spinning and spinning and spinning out of control, just like something that won't download on your computer. But it is downloading into your subconscious. So you want to get rid of that. It causes limiting beliefs. It causes faulty thinking. It causes a false narrative in your life. And so in order to begin to get rid of it, you have to be aware of what those faulty thinking thoughts are. And you have lots of them. So what I do in the morning to clear out my brain is I just get still and I write down the junk in my junk journal. For instance, something I might write, and I like to write it, what I learned a long time ago in my belief paradigm is that I want to give it to God because he can handle all of it. So I just say, "Dear Lord," and I write him a letter. Release me from lies, deception, gossip. I hate these. I despise the out of control feelings, the past, the boiling point eruptions, the self-centered talk, the leaving you out of my life. So that was what I wrote one day. And then another day I wrote fear of making mistakes, fear of not measuring up, fear of not growing in my business, fear of growing in my business. And I always sign it Love Mary. Some days I write more than other days. Sometimes I print, sometimes my writing is junky, but the junk journal is a way to actually get on paper what you don't want in your brain and obviously what you don't want in your subconscious. So the next step you take after you make your junk journal for about a week to 10 days, or maybe even as many as 14 days, you go back and review your junk journal. Maybe with a highlighter, make asterisks next to 10 things, maybe repetitive thoughts. That's what I did. Or something that really stands out for you in your spirit that you do not want. So you make notes and you write down those 10 things that you want to erase or replace in your brain, in your mind, in your subconscious. So that's where it starts. That's where that mindset shift starts. You first have to identify some of those faulty beliefs. And then what you do is you sit in quiet around those 10 things. And for all of those 10 things individually, for each one, you write 2 I am statements that are the exact opposite in present tense about those. Like, for instance, fear of growing in my business. So I would write in positive first tense, I am growing my business to 120 qualified family businesses. So I make it specific, I make it present tense, and I start with I am. So you create for you 2 statements for each one of those negative, faulty thinking, junky thoughts that you want to replace. And you write those, like I said, so you end up with 20. And this is an ongoing process. You do it about every 3 weeks. So you keep your junk journal every day, and every 3 weeks you review it. So the next step after writing these are actually what in the past I used to know as affirmations, but in the present I've learned that it's a greater piece. It's a declaration. It's not the affirmation of independence. It's the declaration of independence. This is your declaration of independence. This is your way to reframe your thinking and reset your mindset at a subconscious level. So the next thing you do with your declarations, your 20 declarations, is you go into your playlist or a song. It can have words or not have words, but you go into that list and you find one of your favorite ones. It might be something, it's definitely going to be something that evokes emotion for you. Be very careful about the song if it has words, that these words are positive, because they're going in the subconscious. So let me paint a little picture for you. In between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind is a bar. You know those bars that guard the parking lots and you pay your toll and you get in and out? Well, that's what you have, and you're constantly protecting yourself, your subconscious, from what you think is unsafe. And so you want to raise that gate up so that you can replace the faulty thinking or the limiting self-belief with the new declarations. And there's 4 ways you do that. In combination, it works beautifully. The 4 ways are intensity. So this song has to have emotional impact. These declarations have emotional impact. So intensity. Number 2, repetition. So you're going to repeat these declarations in the morning and at night, minimally every day. Music, you're putting music behind your declarations. I'll speak to that in a minute. And you are, so movement, and movement. So when you listen to this, and this is all going to be auditory, you're going to listen to it when you move, like when I ride the bike or when I walk, or maybe I used to dance, so I love doing pliés and different things like that. So I might just do that in my office. I put my earbuds in and I listen. So here's how you make the recording. You take that favorite song, and I change my songs. Sometimes my songs have words. Sometimes, like For Elise, doesn't have any words, and I love that. It evokes emotion for me. So you play that on your computer, and then you take Voxer and you open it up, and you start the song, and you start reading your declarations on top of the song and record it on Voxer in your notes section. And then you name it. So it's going to be it could be anywhere from 1.5 to 2 minutes long. It's your voice. You need to hear the song. And so every day, in the morning and at night, you are opening that safety gate and replacing those faulty, junky thoughts with positive declarations about who you are. These are personal. It's something you've taken the time to reflect on, that you want to, actually, you can go on YouTube and look at, listen to Joe Dispenza or Caroline Leaf, and they'll show you physically what it looks like when your brain, your neurons change, and what fires together, wires together. So you can actually replace that faulty thinking with this method. So, and it's one of the things that you can do. You do it yourself. Nobody else gets in your subconscious. You do that. They're your declarations. They're personal to you. So create your junk journal. Write down your 10 junkiest thoughts. Create 20 declarations from that. Record your declarations on top of an emotionally impacting song, and then listen to that. And I use Voxer. It's not the best recording. If you have a better way that's clear for you, then I suggest you do that. iPhones have a way to record, so you can do it that way if you want. But save it so that you can listen to it, and every 3 weeks you go back and date your junk journal and go back 3 weeks and redo it, so that you are constantly upgrading and updating and getting rid of the faulty thinking and replacing it with your declarations, so you can be free at last. I hope this helps.